Right, so you've done the circular ones, the curved ones on this one, and you've done the straight lines on this one. Now we're going to put them all together. We're going to do a Celtic cross. So get that central. The Celtic cross is, I think, actually easier than the others. Let me just find my yellow ruler. Oh, that's gone again. Blue ruler will have to do. This one's a bit too long, stabs me. No, it's completely disappeared. The Celtic cross design is, unsurprisingly, developed on a cross. So I've drawn a cross in the middle here. I don't know if you can see that. Darken it up a little bit because we do actually need those central lines. And this is actually going to be quite quick to put together. You'll be surprised by how quickly this comes together. I'm going to put a circle in the centre. Now I don't want it to be too big a circle. I don't want it to take over. Start about there, see how that does. Yeah, that looks okay. And I'm just going to come in a little bit from each of the edges because I don't want it leaking out all the way to the edge. I want it to kind of be self-contained within the box. So I'm just drawing a little square within my box. Doesn't have to be perfect, it's just a guideline. Okay, so the edges of my cross now are going to be to this line, not to the outer edge. Taking your compass, the same size as you had before, go to the edge, draw a half moon. Do that on all four corners. Oops. It's a bit tricky to stick in the paper properly. Never was very good with a compass. I just find them a bit awkward. I think because my wrists don't twist like most people's. Okay. Now what we're going to do is create a slightly smaller bit of the framework. So we're going to come in slightly. I'm going to draw a circle. Oops, done it again. I'm going to draw a circle on the inside this time. This is a bit tricky for me. There we go. Now, we're going to thicken up the lines across the middle. Same distance again, but we're doing double this time, so we're doing one on either side. Like that. Same on this end. Like so. That's not very straight. Let's try that one again. That's better. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is draw from each corner. I'm just going to mark the circles. So I'm doing it from the centre point to the centre point. Look at the circles. And now on each of those circles, I'm going to draw a semicircle. Again, it's a little bit fiddly, but do what you can. You should be able to see it taking shape a little bit now. Now I'll get my, just grab my bit of cardboard so that I'm not going right the way through my paper, and then I can dig it in a little bit deeper. It might be easier to control. This is getting on towards being a more complicated pattern. Okay, now we need to do the outer side, so just moving it back to the size of the outer circles. Same thing again. Yeah, this is getting to be a more complicated pattern now. It's similar but not the same as the kind of linear knotwork that you might be used to, because it does combine flats and curves, whereas the others that we've done don't combine flats and curves. Well, obviously the pentacle is in a circle, but that's just a circle. It's not curves for a particular shape like these are. Okay. Now the tricky part of this is going to be pulling out the bits that we want. Halfway in between the centre circle and the vertical rod, just pop in another circle. This is just a guide. I'm trying to think of the best way to show you how to get your pieces, because I can see where they are. That one's out of line. So, what's happened there? Right, I don't know if you can see this, but this line here for the outer circle comes up outside the line that I was aiming for. Oh, it's because I haven't put enough lines in. Ugh, silly girl. The outer line here and the outer line here need to be extended so that they meet each other. I forgot about that part. It's always something simple like that. So this line and this line here, going up like that. The inner lines should meet already, but it doesn't always work like that. So if your inner lines don't meet already, that's fine. There we go. And then the same on this side. Where's my outer lines? think this may have gone wrong, but that's okay. It's a good lesson in how to fix it. I don't mind when things go wrong. I just like to know what on earth's happened to make them go wrong. So let's look at this. The circle, the outer circle, instead of coming up on the outside here, it's coming up on the inside. So I must have simply drawn those circles the wrong way around. I've done a smaller circle instead of a bigger circle. So I'll just take out the inside circle there. The inside circle there. Sketch the outer circle back in, because that one was okay. So I just need to take a circle outside here and draw around it. So that was my fault. I went inside instead of outside, but it's easily fixed. Can't keep my compass still. It's getting to be annoying. So there we go. There's one. Oh, I see what I did. Instead of doing the circles to the outside circle, I did it to the inside circle. There we go. Nope, that's not right either. That one was okay. So I have made a bit of a mess of that one, but it's okay, I can fix it. Here's my lines coming down. There's my outer line that I need. There's my inner line. There's my inner line. And there's my outer line. That's the original half moon. What I've done that's messed this up is, instead of taking it from that point there on the outside circle, so instead of taking it that point there, I've gone to that point there. Very, very easily done. Easy to make that mistake. It happens. I've actually done the same on this side as well, so I'll just pop that one in. When I ink it, you'll be able to see a lot better what's going on. Don't worry about it, the top and bottom are fine. So now I'm going to make the top bit take shape. So I don't know if you can see what I'm aiming for here, but there's two lines coming down, and then there's a loop and back up. So it's kind of the bottom half of the triquetra. See? Half moon, two loops. Half moon, two loops. That's why I chose this particular design, because that's what it looks like. So let's take out the bits we don't need. There's quite a bit we don't need here because I've messed it up. Because it's quite intricate, on this occasion I'm taking out all the lines and I will put back in the unders. But only because it's very, very intricate. If it wasn't so intricate, I wouldn't bother. So there's my framework. Hopefully you can see that's starting to take shape now. So it's just a case now of working out your overs and under. This is an under, so the next one will be an over. That needs to be an over across that one to create a knot. Like so. Under, over, back to where we started. So from this line here, under, over, under, over, under. That's what we need. So I'm going to work, not going to do anything with the centre just yet, leave that alone. I'm just bringing the lines up into the middle. So I'll now do that again with the other side edge. Here we go. Opportunity to see it again. So I'll get rid of all the bits that I know I don't need. Obviously in a minute I'll be able to rub this out a lot better once I've inked it. So same again, I'm going to pick up, I think I'll pick up on this line actually because it makes a complete loop. So this line, over, under, round the top, and there. So over, under, over, under, over, under, back down to the bottom. So that's that loop done. I'm going to finish off the other two the same now, but I won't talk you through those because it'll be distracting for me. I think I've messed these up and I need to work out exactly what I need to do to fix them. Okay, so I don't quite know what's going on with this. It must be some sort of an optical illusion because these sides look completely different to the tops. They look much thicker and much deeper. They're actually exactly the same. I've just measured them. So I don't know what's going on there. It looks very peculiar. I'm going to do the centre now. So just come out a little bit. Now again, the centre is a little bit tricky, but it's not too difficult. It's just a circle and the 4 bands are going to come down and curve. So it's a little bit difficult to see what's going on, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to raise the centre line. That will help. Okay, now you can see I've got a band coming down here, going across here, and down here and coming across here. I raise those lines for a second. And I'm just going to round off the corners like so. I put the central circle in for reference, really, so that I could see where I was going. Because you can tell how far in you need to go according to how close to the circle you are. So that was the idea. Check which line I need to follow. You do have to be quite careful with this because you can end up with so many pencil lines that you're not entirely sure which one's which. It's not easy. It's one of those jobs that sometimes they look easy but they're not. This doesn't even look easy. It's difficult. It's difficult to get it right. But that extra little circle in there helps with being able to see where everything is. So there we go, there's that one. Take off the corners. That's more like it. And now we've just got the overs and unders to do for the centre. So this is going over here, so it's got to go under the circle. Like so. Which means it goes over this side. Which must be correct because it then goes under there. So we'll work on the next one. Over, under, over, under, so that's correct. Over, under, over, under, so that's right. Over, under, so this has to be over, under, that's correct, and we're back to where we started. So again, now we've got a continual loop. So starting at the top, over, under, over, under, over, under, over, under, over, and into the next loop. So we've now got this one line, it's continuous, we can follow it, one single piece of rope, all the way around, up and round and back to where we started. And in the centre we've got a woven circle, which again, over, under, over, under, over, under, over. Simple as that. It's not simple as that at all, it's quite difficult to do that. So just so you can see it, I'm going to pen it in now. There we go. Pen's running out. Okay, so hopefully you can see from that section what it'll look like once it's finished. I'm not going to finish it all now because it's the same exactly as we've done before, but you can see the overs and unders a little more clearly now. Here. It's just a case of inking those in.